we blew it. We came actually within 25 meters. Just down here there's a sort of a shrubbery, and when we got here on top of this hill we could see the top of the horns, and then they just knew we were there and took off. Hunting a Nyala was nowhere in my plans when I got to South Africa. But seeing that beautiful bull on the first morning changed everything. So graceful with his spiral horns and white drawing across the eyes. I had gotten so close that I could almost smell him, and yet I was miles away. So I decided there and then that I would pursue that beautiful animal. And for the next many days, that hunt would give me the highs and lows you only get from bow hunting. Good morning. We just spotted a Nyala bull, a very nice one. I think the one that we were after yesterday. And he's up here, and we're gonna put in the stalk. It's a very, very beautiful animal. The bull was in the pleasant company of other bulls and a lot of females. And even though it's nice to see all these animals, the more eyes you have, the more difficult the stalk gets. We had the wind in our favor, and all the animals were feeding down towards us. But the bulls were lacking behind, and all the females were in the front. We got into position, but we had to wait for all the females to move past us before I could get a shot. As I said, the wind was blowing down towards us, but as the sun would warm up the lowlands, the wind shifted and blew upwards towards the animals instead. And that, combined with some of the females seeing something they couldn't quite explain, spooked them, and they all took off. Okay, day 3. Now's the time. We spotted the bulls again. 2 bulls walked uphill and stood under some trees to get out of the midday sun. This was our chance. I slowly moved closer, while Johan, my PH, stayed back with the camera and filmed the action. I spot the beautiful Nyala bull standing in the shade of a tree. There was just a small opening between some branches where I could see my target area. But as I drew back, he put his head down to see what was going on, and doing so covered the vital parts. And after more than a minute at full draw, I had to let down. When I let down, my movement spooked him, and he moved on. But he decided that I wasn't such a big threat after all, so didn't go far, and we got a second attempt. He got between some aloe plants and a tree, and I got in for the shot. I moved in for the shot and drew back, but he saw me. And when he saw me, he decided that after all, well, he wouldn't stick around after all, and he ran for the hills. I drew back on that thing 2 or 3 times, and last time I was so close to releasing that arrow, and then he just jumped. We've been chasing that thing for at least an hour, and every time he just moved behind a tree and didn't go very far, but far enough. And we had to go all the way around to get the wind. Now I'm getting my boots on, and my feet really hurt. I have thorns sticking out. And we're gonna move on, find something else to chase. Maybe tomorrow. This is the afternoon of the 4th day of hunting in South Africa. And since the first morning I had this beautiful Nyala bull, which has been driving me mad ever since. I drew my bow back at least twice on this guy. I was at 10-15 meters, and another time I was at 35, but it was just too dark to release an arrow. I've seen it so many times, but all the time the wind changed, or the females came before him, something happened. But now I really want him. So hopefully now is the time, and this afternoon we will get him. We just saw another Nyala bull. So we're trying to get close as quickly as possible. Good wind. He's down here, 500 meters. Once again, the shoes had to come off, and after 30 minutes, we were in 100 meters of the bulls. The 4 Nyala bulls have no idea I'm there. I get within 40 meters, and as this is the end of my cover, I set up for the shot. Now 3 bulls are standing to the right, feeding in the tree, and they don't see me. But the 1 bull is standing on the left, at 40 meters, broadside. I draw back my bow, I slowly stand up, I put my 40-meter pin on him, and I release a perfect arrow. And miss. Just as that arrow is about to hit his front shoulder, he turns and the arrow goes right past him. But he's not hit, and he doesn't really know what happened. And the other 3 bulls have absolutely no idea. So the 4 bulls only go about 50 meters and give me the possibility for another shot. I locate the bulls again, now standing under a tree, and using a dried out river for cover, I get within about 25 meters. Shot, and as I shot, he turned, and then I got back to them. And just 25 meters, I took a shot. He was quartering away, but now we're gonna go. Full of blood, some blood all over the flies on it. Looks relatively good. It looks good. So we're not seeing any blood. We found the arrow full of blood. And it sounded like a good shot, and as I said, I think he was quartering away, so he should go out near the front leg on the other side. But so far we haven't seen any blood, so we're just waiting for the tracker to get down here, and then we'll track them. There were 3 or 4 bulls altogether, and we saw 3 running away, and they all looked fine, but we haven't hit, so they all went that way, so at least we can go that way. But it makes you sick when you don't know how it's gonna end up. So here's the status. We found some blood, not a lot. We found some stomach content, a little blood, quite a bit away from where I shot him.
We then went back to the lodge, got something to eat, and had a look at the footage. And it seems like a perfect shot. It seems like a little bit far going in, but going out near the front shoulder, which should be perfect. But why isn't he dead? So now the trackers are walking through this bush, looking for tracks, and hopefully finding him.
The trackers look all day. No bull. I have the depression you only get after wounding an animal you do not recover. In the evening we get back and I meet the owner and he says something else. No. It's going to be great weather tomorrow. Oh, by the way, my father found your Nyala. So his father, whom I've shown this arrow, I've shown the shot that I took on the GoPro, and he says that's a lethal shot. He's a bow hunter, he's above 70, and he's a great hunter. And he says this animal does not run that far, it cannot be. So he goes out to, the trackers had found a speck of blood some 20 meters from where I shot him, but no animal. He goes out there and he goes, oh, there it is. And this Nyala bull was dead already, maybe 50 or 40 meters from where I shot him. We found him. We found my beautiful Nyala bull. He had died less than 100 meters from where I had shot him. The shot was a little far back and therefore there was no blood to follow. And because of the thick bush, it took a wise old hunter to find the bull. Knowing that the shot is lethal and knowing that the animal does not suffer needlessly is paramount to me as it is to other hunters. I will never forget my Nyala bow hunt.